Bash Tishby presents.
And on this new episode, we're going to take a look at Bombjack Beer Edition and Elevator Action. And I'll hand it over to Judge Drock for the first review.
Yo, in the style of the high-speed terms and conditions at the end of a radio commercial, let's get this boring bit out of the way first. Ready? Go! Bombjack Beer Edition is an arcade homebrew port of the classic Tecmo platform game released in 1984. Take control of Jack and collect the fuse-lit bombs in order. If you collect all the bombs in order, you get a special bonus. Okay? Good, we knew that bit already. But now, in Geezer Games' Beer Edition, if you get enough bonuses, you'll be taken to the special rounds that were created exclusively for the Amiga. We know that that's good, and it's bloody great that we have this new version of the game to play on Amiga, but why is it good? And I don't just mean because it's by Geezer Games. Who was behind, the brilliant Devil's Temple that I looked at recently. It's good because there was a wrong that needed to be put right, and McGeezer took the challenge. Let's go back to the 1980s. There was just something a little bit off about some Amiga arcade conversions back then. I came from a Commodore 64 background, where I had literally grown up on arcade-derived games. Clones, rip-offs, whatever you want to call them. The rip-offs were often amusing and occasionally amazing. The official licensed conversions ranged from, beautiful in the case of Bubble Bobble, or shall we say troubled. Bombjack is one of the latter. Personally, I was particularly troubled in the 1980s by ZX Spectrum owners gleefully proclaiming their version was better than mine on the Commodore 64. Well, I got some pleasure from it. I liked the music at least. I moved to Amiga, and as you know, this was the machine with the beautiful Tutankhamun art made with deluxe paint. Just how good were those level backdrops in Bombjack going to look? So many more colours, so much more memory, more pixels. This is going to be amazing. Sadly not. This is the conversion you get when it's made not for love but to fulfill a contract. Playing feels like hard work rather than fun, and it sounds terrible. It looks like an Atari ST game, which is a real kick in the bombs.
I'm the Atari ST.
That's why Bombjack Beer Edition is so good, because it does everything right and it fixes the problems of the past. It was made for love and it feels like a real passion project. At least that's what I think. So being an arcade game at its core, it's not inherently the largest game in the world, but the Beer Edition rewards correct play with extra levels, and by correct, I mean collecting the bombs in the order their fuses are lit, and not just randomly collecting the nearest or easiest to get to. And it also pays dividends to control Jack's movement with the correct aftertouch. This is essentially to keep him in the air longer and control his descent with Flappy Bird style tapping of the fire button. So at its heart, Bombjack's a fast-paced and addictive arcade platform game, and for me it sits comfortably in the Hall of Greats alongside such legends as Bubble Bobble, Dig Dug and Mr. Do. They're all games with hidden layers, and they've got different methods of play that's not always apparent on your first go. Where building up skills offers a genuine reward and acts as a deterrent for just going for the cheap way through the game just so you can say that you beat it. So Geezer Games has once again done us proud, except this time twice with the same game. McGeezer has, after taking a few, shall we say, comments about the first release, made some extra refinements. Things such as the soundtrack not being quite the original arcade suite and the player character's speed is now overhauled. I did enjoy the Jean-Michel Jarre Magnetic Fields tune in the first version of this Beer Edition. I associated it with the Commodore 64 conversion I played nearly 40 years ago, which was a time when I was deeply into the music of Jean-Michel Jarre himself. But it's okay, we still have that version, so everyone is happy. Well, unless you never liked Bombjack in the first place. There's always one, isn't there? I can wholeheartedly say I am very happy with this game. It might have taken decades to get here, but I'm so grateful that we've got it. It makes the original 80s Amiga conversion look like a knockoff PD game from the cover of Amiga format, rather than the full price, fully fledged premium title that it was sold as. One thing I'm not sure of though, and that is, where is the beer? Where is the beer? Well, as Geezer has given us such a great game and at the same time he's stopped Specky Kids being able to say that they had the best version, I think it's our duty to get Geezer a beer or two in, to say thank you for this fantastic edition. Cheers.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
There was a period in my early 80s arcade days where every dive I went to seemed to have this game somewhere in the labyrinth of sound explosions and neon lighting. Elevator action was always a staple. Released originally by Taito in 1983, it stormed up the arcade charts, dominating Japan as the top grossing arcade for 3 months straight, and a top 5 grossing arcade in the US for 1984. With the Amiga releasing in mid-85 and only being available to most people en masse by 1986, due to a lot of manufacturing issues, a lot of the early 80s arcade games didn't get official conversions to the computer as they were basically too busy converting the contemporary ones at that time at a real rapid rate. In late 2024, JOTD did the honors of finally converting this classic Taito arcade to the Amiga, and he's also converted a bunch of others, including some of my favorites like Phoenix and Moon Patrol. And as usual, he delivers the same high quality here as he did for those. If you've never played it before, you play a secret agent infiltrating a building with a mission to steal a secret document and escape alive. As you make your way down to the red marked door, which is your target, you'll be attacked by men in black who are trying to kill you, but fortunately you're equipped with a gun with unlimited ammo to blast them away with as you ride the elevators to your destination. All the fun and small details from the arcade are here in full effect, from those iconic sound effects replicated extremely well, to spraying the screen with bullets as you jump onto an elevator, watching a few of the men in black get taken out as some poor slob jumps off the escalator and also takes a stray bullet. It's super satisfying. Other little details like accidentally getting crushed in an elevator itself and blasting out the lights during one of your shooter rampages are all rounding out a fantastic sounding, looking, and most importantly playing version of elevator action on the old Amiga. It is compatible with PAL and NTSC systems, runs on OCS with 1 meg of memory, AGA and ECS megas with 2 meg of memory, and obviously through emulation as well. And I'll leave a link for you to check out some of GOTD's other fantastic Amiga ports. Thanks for watching.